Welcome to the Passive Income DeFi Hour, where we're going to be talking everything DeFi. We're going to be hanging out with the community. We're going to be talking DeFi passive income, projects I'm invested in, answering questions from the community, and also maybe looking at a few projects that maybe the community is interested in as well. So first things first, we're going to wait for a few people to go ahead and come into the live stream. And while we're doing that, go ahead and let me know how the audio and video sounds as well. All right. Drop the good info, Mike. We appreciate you. We got Michael Owens in the building, ready for the live. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Let me know how the audio and video is coming in before we get going. LJ, what's up, man? Always showing that support. What's up, brother? What's good? What is good, man? Hanging out with everybody, man. So if you got any questions regarding, passive income, the crypto market, let me know. But basically, we're pretty much more so focusing on DeFi passive income. This is how we can kind of communicate, hang out, get to know me a little bit better. And this way we can kind of do this once a week instead of just, the pre-recorded videos, which I know you guys like. We can actually talk in real time. You guys can get your questions answered. We can just kind of vibe out a little bit as well. All right. So hopefully everybody's having a great Saturday as well. Go through the chat a little bit. Good. Audio is great. Levels are good. I appreciate it. So we got Joe Fleming, nice deep soulful voice, sounds great. Appreciate it, man. Everything is crisp, awesome. Michael Brew, everything sounds great. Video is clear as day. That's what I like to hear. So we got the Points Blank Experience. What's good, Mike? First time catching you live. What's up, man? What's up? Hope you enjoyed, man. If you got any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And as I said before, for anyone that's new coming into the stream, this is something new that I'm trying, that I mentioned this week, that I said I wanted to do a weekly hour show that's called the DeFi Passive Income Hour, where we talk everything DeFi and passive income. So if you like that, you would definitely like the series. And then also the goal is to bring on like-minded people as well as the series kind of go on as well, if it makes sense. So first and foremost, how's everybody doing today? You know what I mean? How's everybody doing on this Saturday? Are you building passive income? What projects are you excited about? What projects are maybe a little bit nervous about? Because you guys know what I'm invested in. You guys know, let me go ahead and pull up the window here. You guys know the main projects that I'm invested in. Of course, will be, you got Drip, you got the Animal Farm. Yeah, Furio was up there, but you guys know, if you watched the last video I did on Furio, not too happy about the changes they made, but still just kind of compounding and see what happens with them. Of course, we got EMP Money, who just dropped their Defender NFTs, which I did grab a few of those as well to help out with the detonator. And then we have 𝗟𝗚𝗓𝗓 as well. Joe Fleming, building up my Drip and Animal Farms bag. Patrick Straub, Drip and Animal Farm, of course. Yeah. I mean, when it comes to passive income and DeFi, as we know, Drip is by far the number one project when it comes to the longevity, when it comes to paying out, when it comes to the community, and having one of the top developers in the DeFi space as well. Now, of course, we know the price has definitely dropped, and we've seen, if we go over to the Animal Farm, we've also seen pigs drop because people are starting to take profits. And we've also seen dogs drop as well, because pigs was around 107. Dogs was around like 58 at one point, maybe 4 days ago. And we can see people have started to take profits a little bit. And we know there's been a lot in the crypto markets as well, with the Binance potential trouble that's going on, which I did a video on. We also have inflation, regulation, and so many other things that can definitely affect the markets, where you have a lot of people that this may be their first, bear market that they're experiencing. And so with that, they're trying to figure out what's the best moves that they should make. All right, let's go back to the comments here. Mike, what's your thoughts on Optimus at this point? So Optimus, man, is a project I never got into. I don't know DeFi Dude personally, but it was just kind of one of those projects I didn't mess with. After I got burned with Stable Fund, I kind of was like, you know what, I'm gonna kind of just stick with what I have right now and just kind of wait and see what happens. I don't know what Optimus is going to do in the long term. I know the community is still pretty strong, but I really don't have a ton to say on Optimus OPT. I do know they've made quite a few changes, and I think they're on version 3 or 4 or something like that now. But nothing against the project. It's just a project I'm not going to invest in. So if you are investing in it, hope you much success. So Optimus price is way down. I definitely saw that, saw some videos on it as well. Everything is great on my end. That is awesome. Everything is good on my end as well. What's good, Mike? What's God, Mike? So yeah, I wasn't gonna do this because Thursday I actually had a tooth removed, one of my molar teeth removed, and still kind of healing up a little bit on that. Still got a somewhat of a pain, but it's not unbearable or anything. It's pretty cool. But this is why I was debating if I was gonna do the live stream or not, because I didn't know how it would affect me talking and everything of that nature. So we got Cubicle Investor. I like that name, man. Cubicle Investor just dropped in to smash the like button, bro. Now that's what I'm talking about. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So yeah, any questions that you guys have regarding drip, regarding the animal farm, Furio, EMP money, ever earn, anything regarding that? And then while we're here as well, let me just briefly show you. I'm still compounding. Nothing has changed. And as you can see, looking at this max payout, I am now 20% to a maxed out wallet. Now, of course, I can add more into this, but if I don't add any more capital into this particular wallet, and I have 3 drip wallets, just so you know, if I don't add any more into this particular drip wallet, I will max out the beginning of June this upcoming year just by compounding once per day. And with that being said, just kind of how the market is going, us waiting on the additional utility for drip, I think that's going to be a perfect time to hit that max out wallet, right? And so with that being said, that's still my strategy. Nothing has changed. Regardless if the price is dropping, I'm still going to keep compounding, right? So how do you guys feel about that? Are you guys still compounding your drip? Are you still staying true to your plan? Michael Brew, really appreciate your AI, your videos, great content. What are you most excited for within the drip and animal farm ecosystem? Most excited about, honestly, just the additional utility to see what it does for the ecosystem. So, for example, like we have scratchies and all of that coming out. We have now, again, as I mentioned, we don't 100% know like how much that's going to do for drip. What we do know, though, it's a positive thing for drip because it's going to take 15% of that revenue to burn and buy back drip, but we still don't know how much is it truly going to affect drip, as in raising that price up, right? And that's just being full transparent. We don't know. For example, when he added the new taxation with the drip BUSD farm, it's definitely beneficial for drip because it adds more drip to the tax vault. But at the same time, so far, we've seen the effect that it's had. It's had a little effect, but not a huge effect to stop the price from going down, right? So these are just things to keep in mind. Ease, chill. What's your multi-wallet strategy? And I'm guessing you're referring to drip. Let me know if you're referring to drip, and if so, I'm gonna just answer. I think you're referring to drip. So basically, my goal is once I get to that once my first wallet is maxed out, my second wallet is actually about 6 months behind my first wallet. So what I would do is, depending on where things are, I would probably just use some of my drip from my first wallet to airdrop to the second wallet for sure, to get, because the goal is what I want to do. I want to have 2 max wallets at the same time, or at least as I have maybe a month left of pulling from my first wallet, my second wallet will be maxed out. And then from that point, I will be using that as well to trickle down into my third wallet and just keep going. So the goal is, once I get that first max wallet, I don't want to have to ever go through the process of compounding more than 6 months, maybe 3 months max. But the goal is not really go through the process of having to compound and get to that max wallet. I want to just repeat the cycle, but do it properly. So that's kind of my multi-strategy in that sense, because if you know, even after the taxes with the first max wallet, you can literally buy another max wallet and still have some left over, depending on how things are done, right? So there's a lot of different strategies out there. And I will say also is, if you can tune into the drip community Telegram, I mean, not Telegram, but drip community Twitter spaces, they drop some pretty good strategies as well that can help you out. And so besides the drip and animal farm, I was wondering about your opinion about momentum or PGV, Prosperity Gem Ventures. Is it worth playing with those, or simply stick to the drip ecosystem? Now, great question. Great question. And full disclosure, I'm not investing in momentum or PGV, right? I've seen the projects and seen a few videos on them and kind of looked at the website, but not anything that I personally just want to go into. More so, what I'm focusing on is the current DeFi protocols that I'm in now. And there's nothing that really just came out to my eye and just say, hey, Mike, invest in this. Now, if you have the risk capital to go into it, I mean, strictly risk capital, who am I to tell you not to go in it, right? But again, don't take anything what I say as financial advice. But if you have risk capital, it allows you to take bigger risk and it allows you to take more risk. And when you take more risk, at times it allows you to become more successful in certain things or be able to get more rewards because you're taking more risk. And as we know, anyone that's successful in crypto, anyone that makes a lot of money in crypto or just investing in general have to take risk. And so hopefully that answered your question. A little bit long-winded, but I feel a lot of questions isn't just black and white, so I like to give the substance behind it. Patrick Straub, I'm buying about 10 drip per day for the faucet. That's not too bad. It's about $10, a little bit less than that, depending on the price. Michael Bruce, still compounding. Doesn't seem to be a good idea to claim. Yeah. I mean, I would say I would agree with you, but I also think it depends on that person and where they are currently, in their journey. As you guys know, for me, I'm still compounding, right? So we got 𝗟𝗥𝗓𝗗𝗥, salute, bro. Salute back to you. Appreciate you tuning in. Crypto Bam Bam. What's going on? Sounds good, kind sir. Yeah, drip. So hopefully I answered your question when I was talking about the multi-strategy ease chill, when I said using that first wallet to take that drip once it max and airdrop to my second wallet. And my second wallet now is only 6 months behind my first wallet. So it's not going to take a ton of drip to airdrop to get that one up to a max wallet as well. And then what I would do is use those two max wallets to get my third wallet up to a max wallet as well, because the goal is I don't want to have to go through a 6-month period of compounding to get to a max wallet. Once I get that max wallet, I want to be able to cut my time all the way down, right? So that's my strategy. So hopefully that answered your question, ease and chill. Joe Fleming, compounding daily for 10.5 months, should max out in September. And that's not necessarily a bad time to max out either, depending on what's going on. And so I got a question while we're kind of talking about this too. I know a lot of people that's in drip right now is in the chat. When do you think we're going to see that additional utility for drip, right? Because we know we got, he says he's going to start raising money for scratchies. Of course, we got the on and off ramp as well. And then he hasn't touched on it again, but he did mention, and if he does do this, of course, this will be drip faucet layer 2 implementation, but this will be with him allowing us to claim drip tax-free from the faucet and be able to put that into the drip BUSD farm tax-free, right? So when do you think we will actually start to see the additional utility? I think within the next 6 months, we should have maybe 1 to 2 pieces out of utility, which will probably be the on and off ramp and scratches is what I'm expecting. But again, who really knows? DeFi Bam Bam drip for life. MetaMan, yo, I'm in the animal farm stacking dog in a dog pound. What do you think long term for dog token price? Long term, I think the price will go up, in my opinion. And let's just go back over to the animal farm. Let's go back over here. So long term, as I mentioned, I think the price will go up also because of that tax, right? So if I go over to the dog pound, this is one of my wallets here. You can see I only got 22.49 dogs, and I literally bought these the day the 1st of November. So, and I got these around $43, give or take. If you watch that first video, I show you my spreadsheet where I show you what I bought in at. So check that out if you happen to miss it. But you can see I have about almost 10 pigs. And if we move down, 45% tax reduction. So this is also why people are starting to sell, because people that bought in at the very beginning around where I bought in, maybe at $43 or a little bit less, if they're at a 45% tax reduction and they sold around $58, they're still in profit, right? And so this is why we're starting to see that. But for me, as I said, this is just kind of a set and forget, and I'm going to allow this to just accumulate over time. But in a simple answer, I do think dogs will go up over time. But right now, I think the market is kind of in a crazy state right now. But I do think pigs will be beneficial long term. I mean, dogs and pigs. Can you please give your best elevator pitch for drip? What would you tell someone new who just looks at the chart and thinks it's dead? Oh man. Well, I will say this. You can't I will say this. I'm trying to think about how to put it, because there's different mindsets, right? There's some people that you can't give them the logical answer on. They just won't hear it, right? They just don't believe in it. And if you can't, I'm trying to figure out really how to put this. This is a great question too. Because if you're just looking at the chart is a great indicator, but again, it doesn't tell the whole story. So if you tell them what drip is and they don't hear it and all they say, well, look at the chart, maybe this isn't the best time to try to share drip with them, right? Because if they can't get past the chart, there's no way they can get into the rest of the ecosystem. And so when it comes to for an elevator pitch, first I will have to figure out where that person is mindset wise, right? If they're a person that only looks at TA in the charts, this may not be the best time to try to put drip on them, because we can see where in a bear market things don't look the best. And so again, I will first try to figure out where they are personally before trying to maybe elevator pitch them to drip, right? Because at the end of the day, not everyone is going to get it, and that's okay. And this is why you have different communities, you have different cryptos, and this is why you have people that like drip and dislike drip, like Bitcoin, dislike Bitcoin, like Ethereum, dislike Ethereum. There's different investments for different people, right? And even if it's the easiest investment that someone can wrap their head around, doesn't mean it still makes sense for them. And so I had to learn that a little bit the hard way. And so with that being said, you're just gonna have to, be truthful with them, be transparent, show them your journey so they can see what you've been able to do, and then kind of let that seed bloom on its own if it ever does. So hopefully that helps you out, Joe. LJ, EMP reactor, can you give your insight on it? The reactor. So let's go over to EMP. So basically, the EMP reactor is just like the detonator. So they're the same thing. So if you're familiar with the detonator, the reactor is the exact same, except for you're adding in E shares and BNB. So with that being said, in my opinion, I think the reactor will have a little bit more volatility because of BNB and E shares. They're very volatile compared to EMP and ETH, because EMP is, pegged to Ethereum 4,000 to 1, which keeps it a little bit more stable, in my opinion, compared to the reactor. So I do think both of those can be beneficial. It just kind of depends on what you're doing. Also, I will say this for the reactor. If you didn't get in at the very, very beginning where you were able to get a nice amount, you may not be able to get that much passive income. So you may want to have a more longer term approach. And honestly, with EMP money, you want to have a longer term approach because of the yield is a lot smaller compared to a lot of the other DeFi protocols that we are aware of. And I used to dislike that, but now as I start to understand the mechanics and things of that nature, this is what's helping them stay sustainable long term and through these bear markets. Because in my opinion, I don't think we've actually bottomed out yet. And so when we do actually bottom out, which I think is going to happen next year in 2023, how do these other DeFi protocols stand up once we get hit with another crazy wave, that takes the market down? How do how do these protocols hold up? And that's the thing that we want to be mindful of. But LJ, I think the reactor can be beneficial, but you got to have a long-term approach. And if you're not putting a lump sum in to get a decent amount of money back out, you definitely want to have a long-term approach when it comes to the reactor. But it's just like the detonator, literally just like the detonator. You're putting in, I'm not in the reactor, I am in the detonator though. And as I said, I do have some defenders as well. Now with the detonator, I will be completely honest, I don't compound every day. And just to be honest with you, sometimes I forget or I won't remember until the time has passed, right? So for my time, I'm Central Time. So 6 p.m., if I don't compound by 6 p.m., my rewards, this right here, my zero point 0.3 LP will go back into the pool for people to win each and every day. So it's not being wasted. It is going back to people. But however, I'm not able to just accumulate my earnings, right? Now, that's one of the it's a two-edged sword. It keeps people coming back to the protocol and it keeps them doing something. But also, if you just wanted to leave it alone for a week, you're not going to gain anything because those rewards reset every single day. So that's one thing you want to be mindful of when you're talking about the detonator and when you're talking about the reactor. So hopefully that helped you out and answered your questions regarding what are my thoughts on the reactor. Let's get it, low cast. 𝗟𝗥𝗓𝗓𝗥, how much do I need to put in drip to get a max wallet? If you're talking about from the beginning, right? If we're talking about from the beginning, let's go to drip. And drip is around 93, but let's just say drip is at $1. Well, we know a maxed out account is 27,398, but the community, we pretty much say 27,400 to make it easy. So in a sense, if you're starting from zero, you would need 27,400. However, you are going to need a little bit more than that because of you're going to have taxes and all of that. So to buy that mini drip, it will be 27,400. But you have the tax, right? The buy tax and deposit tax, right? So essentially, what you would do, believe this will be right. So we got there 27,400. First, though, you guys can't even see this. So give me 1 second. I got the calculator pulled up and you guys can't even see it. So let me. All right. So 2744. And then what we're going to do, we're going to plus this by 20%, which is the buy tax and the deposit tax. All right. So we got 27.4 plus 20%. So essentially, to get a max wallet, you would need a little bit under 33K to get a max wallet, and that's including the tax and everything. So there you have it. Now, of course, as that price go up, so is this going to go up. So right now, technically, is the cheapest time to get a max wallet or to buy drip. So hopefully that answered your question as well. Ease chill, yeah, thanks. Awesome. Glad I was able to answer that. Bro, DigiByte still in the game? What's up, man? DigiByte, yeah, man. I'm still holding DigiByte on my ledger. It's not nothing I've bought in the bear market, to be honest with you, but it is one of those I bought a nice bag early on before the bull market even hit, and then before we got into the bear market, and I've just been kind of holding since then. Then I also lost quite a bit of DigiByte as well on the Voyager exchange, so not happy about that either. But DigiByte, I still think is a crypto that can be successful because of it goes into the security aspect of crypto, right? And it's not just a crypto that can be used for an everyday currency, but it can literally be used for security purposes, right? And so I've done a ton of videos on DigiByte in the past, but I do think DigiByte is legit still. DigiByte quant stored value still there, or what are your thoughts? I think DigiByte is still good, but again, that's what I think. I think DigiByte's going to be a great crypto in the future, but I think it's one of those cryptos that's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. And so with that being said, quant, I don't own any quant. I do think quant is a good crypto as well. But again, just with everything that's happened in the crypto space just in 2022, as we know, nothing is actually guaranteed. There's certain cryptos we thought was going to be the end all be all, and then we see something happens, right? And then we see cryptos that we didn't think was going to do that well that did exceptionally well. So it all kind of depends, but I do think, speaking from a DigiByte perspective, because I'm kind of very well educated, in my opinion, on DigiByte and how it moves, I think it's going to be a great crypto in the future. It's not something you just want to buy and think you're going to see gains on. Wouldn't buy for that. But if you got time to research it and how it can be beneficial, I would say look into it from that aspect. DeFi Bam Bam, solid strategy. Appreciate it, LJ. Drip minimum amount went back to 10 drip. That's very nice at a low price. It is. Definitely is. Crypto Bam Bam. DeFi Bam Bam. Nice name, and agree with Mike's strategy. I met a man. Thanks. 𝗬𝗢𝗓𝗏𝗓𝗏. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. I do think we might have 4 utilities: new UI, socket implementation, on and off ramp, and scratchies into a 6 to 8 month scope. We will be lucky to have them sooner, but yeah, who knows? And honestly, I agree with that. Definitely a 6 to 8 month time span. Definitely, I can see that happening for sure. But I do expect at least 1 to 2 utilities in the next 6 months, which will also put me at the time of that first maxed out wallet. And so we'll see what happens. Definitely insightful, Crypto Bam Bam. Appreciate it. We got LJ. Thanks a lot, Mike. Not a problem. Not a problem. 𝗟𝗥𝗓𝗓𝗥. Oh, okay. I see. With the current price, is it time to make more wallets? I mean, hey, it depends on your strategy. I would say this, and I mentioned this in one of my drip videos when I said, should you have more than one wallet? Well, let's look at it this way. Let's say you create a wallet, right? And let's just say you put one drip in there and you just let it sit. It's going to accumulate that 1%, but that doesn't mean you have to compound it every single day until you're ready. And so since the price is at its lowest point to start a new wallet and you got the risk capital, you know, could be beneficial for you to already have a wallet set at a lower price compared to maybe having a drip price at maybe $5 or $10. But I mean, that's still not a huge difference. You know what I mean? If you're just starting with a few drip. But if you look at it from that perspective, like me, my third wallet, I'm not compounding every day, but it is still accumulating. And so when I do go to compound, it's a nice lump sum that I can add into the full deposit amount. And so that's how you can kind of look at it. So if you're going to start a wallet, use it that way, so that way you don't have to necessarily pay for gas fees for all of those different wallets, right? So that's how I would do it. DeFi Bam Bam, I agree. Are you farming or compounding cake? Not at this time. I do think cake could be beneficial before the bull market, and as we were starting to decline, I did have some cake, but I sold out of the cake. But I do think cake is still going to be beneficial because, of course, Pancake Swap, #1 DEX on by BSC. So if Pancake Swap does well, cake is going to do well. So definitely think that could be somewhat of a quote unquote safe DeFi long-term play, right? But crypto isn't safe, but you guys know where I'm coming from. Mike, the future millionaire. I'm trying to be like you when I grow up. What's up, Wayne Parker? Hey, I always say it, man. What's up, future millionaires? Because you may not be one yet doesn't mean it's not going to happen for you in the future. But first, we got to believe that it can happen for it to happen. And we got to move and walk like a millionaire before it actually happens, right? And this is why I always say it every video, because in the bear market, a lot of people are like, man, I don't see a millionaire can happen. I don't think that can happen. Well, remember, the bear market is just temporary. This is where we build, and this is where we educate and learn and prepare and put ourselves in position in the bear market, so when the bull market comes, we can change our lives financially. And so this is why I always say future millionaires, because I still believe that people can become millionaires in crypto. I still believe it's the cheat code regardless what's happened in crypto. What about at least opening up another wallet with 100 drip? I mean, if you got the ends and the funds and the risk capital, what's stopping you? You know what I mean? Crypto Bam Bam, what's stopping you? So again, I don't want to give, per se financial advice, but if you're looking at this from a long-term perspective, and of course, Crypto Bam Bam, I know you believe in drip long-term, or you wouldn't be thinking about, opening up another wallet. Again, if you start that wallet at 100, remember, you don't have to compound it every day if you don't want to, unless that's just your strategy. So that way you can save on those gas fees. So in my opinion, it's not necessarily a wrong or right thing to start another wallet, in my opinion. Just me. I feel cake good long term, 20 plus. I could see that. Long term. Yeah. Patrick Schwab, I'm staking cake BUSD, so the more cake, the better. Yeah. Cake is solid, man. Cake is solid. 𝗚𝗥𝗔𝗕, can you give me a quick view from the BNB side of it? Yeah. So, and I actually got it pulled up over here. Let me go over to 𝗚𝗥𝗔𝗕. This is the ETH side right here. So right now, I know a lot of people don't like ETH because of the gas fees, but the gas fees aren't that bad at this point. Just being honest with you, they're not that bad. However, this is the ETH. You can see 315 market cap, so exceptionally low gem. Hasn't even been out a month yet. This is their they launched in January on BSC, and then they launched last month on ETH for multi-chain, and there are separate contracts as well. So what affects ETH isn't going to affect BSC, which in my opinion, I think is a good thing. But let me switch over real quick to BSC, and you can see this token is still kind of a low cap as well, right under that 1 million market cap. So basically, 𝗚𝗥𝗔𝗕 is a rewards token, and it kind of takes us out of that ROI dApp investing field, which most of us are in. If you're in Drip, if you're in EMP, if you're in Furio, if you're in Momentum, if you're in PGV, whatever, stable fund, V3, whatever you're in, all of those kind of have that ROI dApp feel to it, right? Where you have to compound, claim, and all of that, which is okay. But this project here allows you to basically supplement passive income that you're already building, right? This isn't a project that's just going to make you rich overnight, but this is a project that has some nice capital appreciation in the future, in my opinion, but also allows you to gain passive income in a stable coin. So if you're on BSC, you're going to earn BUSD in a stable coin sent directly to your wallet. You don't have to do anything. And so for me, this is how I look at it. I think 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏 is a project that's going to be here long term, and I do think they're going to go up in price as the market starts to recover. And so if I'm getting in right now, not only do I position myself for capital appreciation the same way with people buying other cryptos at a lower price, even with DRIP, people buying DRIP at a lower price is setting themselves up for potential capital appreciation in the future when things start to recover. So again, talking about 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏, LJ, when we're looking at this thing, I'm looking at this as an asset that will appreciate in value. On top of, just for holding it, I'm going to get paid out in a stable coin just for holding it, right? And so on the BSC side, this is the cheapest way to get into it. But if you're looking from a capital appreciation standpoint, ETH will probably have a little bit more capital appreciation just because this is a 1 million market cap. And if we go down to ETH, this is a 315 million market cap. And if you look right here, I've already received $116 in USDC. And this is just for holding the token. This is just a long-term hold for me, right? And I'm just going to accumulate. And I can use this for gas fees, buy back into the protocol, buy drip, buy other things. It doesn't matter. Or I could just use it to stake into their staking pools, right? You can stake your USDC that you earn on their staking pools. But the kicker is you have to own 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏 to use their staking pool. So there you can see where some of that utility comes in and why you actually need 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏. So for people that's looking to earn 50% or so on their stable coins, they can do that with 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, but you have to own this token, right? And I don't want to get too much into it, but in a nutshell, it's a rewards token that pay you out in a stable coin just for holding the token, right? So essentially that's how it works. Hopefully that kind of touched things up for you, LJ. We got DeFi Bam Bam. 2023 will be the year for drip. Hey, it definitely could be. It definitely could be. I think it's going to depend on utility. I think it will also depend on how quickly the utility comes out, right? So let's say the utility doesn't start to come out till, half of the year of 2023. I do think it's going to take time for that utility to have an effect on the ecosystem and for investors and outside investors to really see that as well, for it to start bringing in additional investing into the drip ecosystem. So it could be late 2023 going into 2024 as well. We just don't know. We got Michael Owens who said, hey, people, hit that like button for this good information. I appreciate it. You know what? I haven't even looked to see how many people have hit the like button, man. Oh, let me turn that down. So yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. We got about 37 likes. Go ahead and hit that like button if you're watching the stream. And so we got MetaMan. He said, heard of any good farms on Polygon to stake and forget it to earn more Matic? I have not, but I'm open to look at anything again if anyone has something on their mind for us as a community. Because remember, this isn't just, us talking about different strategies and projects and things of that nature. But if you have a project that maybe you think I should take a look at, or maybe you want to look at it in real time, we can kind of do that as well, right? So Michael Brew, what is your strategy for claiming with Furio when you are going to start, or have you? I am compounding to at least 5,000, then 5 compound to claim. That's a great question. So right now, if we look over on Furio, let me go ahead and I got 2 wallets here. I believe, yeah, this is my second wallet, and I'm going to show you something. So here you can see this is my second wallet. Not much in here because I just started this with, I think, like, at the time I started this when the price was still at $4.50 or $5. I forgot what I put in, but I got it on my spreadsheet. But as you can see, I'm at the 2.5% rate. But if I go over to my other wallet, go ahead and refresh this real quick. Now you can see Mike the Investor. This is my main wallet with Furio. I haven't compounded yet today, but you can see I'm also at a 2.5% rate. So right now, it's not going to do me any good to claim this. I mean, this is what, $15, give or take, plus you got the 20% tax, plus 25% of that because I'm in a positive rate is going to go to the pool. it's not going to do me a lot at this point. So now I'm just kind of compounding and waiting to see what happens, because if I compound once per day, this actually maxes out in May of next year. So right before the drip wallet maxes out. So kind of that's my strategy. If Furio can last that long, I'm not sure. But right now, I'm probably just going to keep on compounding all the way through. You know what I mean? Unless they change this up where we can get a little bit more of our rewards. But right now, this is not going to do too much for me. And actually, let's go ahead and compound real quick. Let me unlock my ledger. You probably can hear the buttons in the background. But I'm going to go ahead and compound this in real time real quick as well. But yeah, I'm just compounding. I only put $1,000 into Furio, so it wasn't like I put a ton of risk capital. Or so kind of while I'm letting it fly a little bit. So let's go ahead and hit the compound here. Confirm. And if you don't have a ledger, I would highly recommend get you a ledger and get more than one ledger. So that way you are prepared for anything. Also, there's a link down in the description as well to take you right over to ledger.com. So now you can see last action just now. Here you can see 723 Furio. So again, I'm just compounding every day and probably going to try to compound to get to that max wallet is what my strategy is. But I don't have a ton of faith in the project, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. DeFi Bam Bam 37. Can you explain utility? So utility is basically something that gives, see if I can give an example. Utility is something that gives you real world use case, right? So for example, let's say I create an NFT, right? And the NFT utility is for basketball, right? And for basketball, for high schoolers, if they hold this NFT, they can what was I gonna say? I was gonna give y'all some type of an example, man. And I kind of had a brain fart. That's the beautiful going live. But basically, utility is something that gives something real world use case that you have to use it, right? That you have to, and there's different forms of utility. So for example, and I'm trying to think of a good example because it's easy to say it's something that gives it real world use case, but I'm trying to think of a good example that makes sense to everyone. That's like, okay, I get it. That's utility. I mean, the fiat on and off ramp for drip, you could say that's utility, but I don't think it's huge utility, right? It's because it gives people now another way to use fiat to purchase an asset. You know what I mean? So you can now purchase drip, dogs, and pigs with your debit or credit card, whereas before you would have to actually use crypto. So it adds additional utility to the ecosystem for people that want different ways to purchase drip, sell drip, and for people that may be on the outside looking in that may not be too comfortable with crypto and that wants to use fiat to purchase crypto. So in a sense, that gives it utility. Let's see. That's a freaking great question, though, 𝗟𝗥𝗓𝗓. Freaking great question, bro. But yeah, utility is basically something that's beneficial that I don't want to say you can't do without, but it's something that is needed for the long-term success of the project, business, protocol, you name it. We got Patrick Swab. I smashed 10 likes if I could. I appreciate it. And as I think, I'm gonna star this as well. I may come back to this as well. Kind of got a brain freeze right now, but that's a great question, 𝗟𝗥𝗓𝗓. Thanks, brother. It was clear for me. Hey, have you heard of Droplet? It's supposed to be a third-party D-app to burn drip. Haven't heard of it, man. Haven't heard of it. In my opinion, let me ask you something. Did this is this like a third party D app that was made by someone in the drip community, or is this something that just came out that was like, hey, this can burn the drip token? So was this from someone in drip, or was this just something you found that can burn drip? And the only reason why I ask that is because if this isn't from someone that's from the drip community, I'm a little bit worried on that because I'm not exactly sure how much I trust that D app. You know what I mean? Ease chill. You're not sharing your screen, by the way. We only see you. So let me ask. So I guess then the question is, Did you guys see when I compounded Furio then? You can see it say just now, but I'm not sure if you guys saw that. Thanks for letting me know about that, Ease and Chill. DeFi Bam Bam. Always use a ledger. I use a Ledger Nano X. I got an X and I also have an S as well. I'm also getting the new Ledger Stacks as well, which I think is pretty cool. It's touchscreen. The video wasn't on the screen when you switched, but I understand it with 𝗏𝗏𝗏. Okay, cool. Exchange tokens used for gas is a utility. Yes, someone in drip. Patrick Swab, Mike, do you think the on and off ramp on the animal farm will bring many more people? I'm not sure how important it will be. I love the idea personally. So yeah, as I said, regarding this, I think the on and off ramp will be as beneficial as the additional utility that we have for drip. Because if we look at where we are right now with the crypto market, we are in a bear market. And before I get back to this question, the people that didn't see me compound Furio from my main wallet, I will go ahead and compound my second wallet on screen so you guys can see that. But give me 1 second so I can get back to Patrick here. So as I said here, we're talking about the on and off ramp. I think the on and off ramp is definitely positive. Don't get me wrong. However, let's say the on and off ramp comes out first. In my opinion, we're not going to see a ton of investors come in and we're not going to see just a price jump up. It's not going to happen. Why? Because it's not utility for that aspect, right? It's a utility to purchase and sell drip in another way, right? It's not utility as in scratchies where, hey, we're actually gonna do the lotto thing, allow people to buy NFT. If they're not a winner, they can actually stake it for a certain amount of time, still earn a yield. And then on top of that, what we're going to do with that revenue that we get from scratchies, 15% of that is going to buy drip and burn it. So if it's going to buy drip and burn it, that means what? It's going to take more drip out of circulation. So over time, on paper, it looks beneficial and looks that it should make the price go up over time. So again, as I said with the on and off ramp, I think the on and off ramp is great, but I think it's only going to be as beneficial as the actual real utility starts to come out, scratchies, lending, things of that nature. I think that's what's going to help the on and off ramps, because now you're actually giving people more of a reason to get into drip. So what if you say, hey, you can buy drip now with your debit card? Why would they buy it though? You know what I mean? So you have to look at it from that aspect. If they're not already thinking about getting drip and we're at the worst time to hold drip, why would they get into it? Just because we have an on and off ramp. We got to have that additional utility. And this is why I say I don't think the on and off ramp by itself is going to see a price pump in drip. So hopefully that answered the question. No, we did not see. Cool. I will go ahead and show you guys my second wallet. Apologize about that. I think DeFi Proof is doing droplet. Okay. DeFi Proof and Baby Compound developed. Okay. All right. Cool. Actually, I did hear a little bit about that. I didn't go too much into detail, but I heard a few people talking about that. Crypto King, Stunna. I think Scott the Investor also said something about it as well. So I am a little bit familiar with it, but not too much. Thoughts on the new Trump NFT? Honestly, man, no thoughts. I didn't follow too much. I just know it sold out pretty quick, man. It sold out pretty quick. And as we know with Trump, he's a big time business owner, all about not paying taxes and things of that nature. So I think it's good for the NFT community. And I think it's a great story to talk about. But, that's kind of about it, honestly. So let me go to my other wallet here for those that didn't see. Go ahead and refresh. As you can see, second Furio wallet here. And as you can see, this is also at a 2.5% rate as my other wallet was. And so I'm going to go ahead and compound this here for you. Oops, go back over. Lock the ledger one more time. All right. Go ahead and compound. Confirm. But yeah, so basically I'm just compounding every day with Furio because, as I said, with the price being well over $1, it's not too much I can do with that. You know what I mean? Just let it compound and do its thing and see what happens in the future. There we go. Compound success. You can see just now. So now you can actually see I went on and compounded that one as well. And also, let me go over to the piggy bank. I think I need to compound this as well. Yeah. So let's go ahead and compound this also. And this was like a 220-day stake or something like that. You can see I got 192 days left on it. So we shall see what happens. And I also put this around the same time as me maxing out my first wallet in drip. So we should see what happens. We shall see what happens. Drop lid. Check out the Drip Garden channel. He has it posted recently. All right, will do. Has lots of drip memes, the drip tools we are familiar with. All right. Cool. But yeah, so in a nutshell, though, DeFi passive income is a journey. And in my opinion, I feel like passive income building sometimes take more patience than just buying and holding, right? Because the passive income journey, it in a sense, it almost never ends, right? You keep building, you keep building. Sometimes you have setbacks, so you got to replenish that passive income you lost. And so it's a journey that never stops, in my opinion. So far, we got 47 people watching this live stream right now. Be sure to hit that like button. 49 people watching the stream. Be sure to hit that like button. Let me know what you guys think so far about the DeFi Passive Income Hour. Now, of course, these things may be different each episode, but this is the first one we're doing to kind of figure things out and figure out how we're going to go through this whole thing. All right, where we at here? And so to get back on the 𝗟𝗚𝗓 real quick, because I know you guys didn't see that. So essentially, I'm on a staking part right here. So real quick, this is the E side. And as you can see, this 314,000, completely low cap. If you look at their token on BSC, which launched in January, you can see right under 1 million. And so as I said before, you can see also, look how much has already been burned and look at the liquidity, extremely healthy, right? And so as I said before, the way I'm utilizing this is a appreciating asset that's going to pay me in a stable coin just for holding it over time. And I can use that. I can use those stable coin rewards to stack, buy more investments, or I can stake those stable coins and earn even more. So there's a lot of different things that you can do. They do have some things that are coming out as well that will also add additional volume to the price chart, because it's all about volume, right? So the more tokens you hold, the more rewards you will get, because every buy and sell, there is a 11% tax or 15% tax, but 11% of that goes to the holders in the form of a stable coin. So if you're holding, the more you hold, right, the more you're going to earn that they pay out. And as you can see, I've earned about 116 so far just for holding this, right? Just being transparent with you guys. So again, that's pretty much how 𝗟𝗚𝗓 works. It's a rewards token that's going to pay you just for holding it, right? So it takes us out of the field of compounding every day, having to withdraw, having to check this, having to check that, you know, which is nothing wrong with that. It keeps you honest, but it's also nice to have another passive income project that can help supplement your income that you're already building, right? So that's how I look at it. Where we at? Crypto Bam Bam, love it. I appreciate it. It's cool. The Drip Garden, how are you with it? Let me go ahead and show you real quick. Close out this wallet. Go to my other Drip Garden wallet. So here's my current wallet right now. I've already compounded for the day, but you see I got about 28.3 million plants. But I've taken a huge hit on the garden, huge hit. And it's to be expected with this dropping all the way. Remember, this was over 500 at one time before the farm went out. Now look, 284,000. It was over 500,000 at one point. The drip price is well under $1. And So we can definitely expect, plus the normal, plant decay that happens as well, that gives new investors the same amount of buying power as the older investors. So those three things hit exceptionally hard, still compounding. But I have taken out I have claimed 3 times to put into the farms. Not a lot, because of I've taken a big hit. So let me close out this wallet and go to my other one. So if you look right here, these 15.24 drip, this came from the garden. So I didn't put any additional capital. This was just me from claiming once a week from the garden and putting it in here. So now I have started to kind of claim once a week and then put it in here and just kind of see what happens. But the garden, in my opinion, I think you're going to have to add some additional capital to kind of jumpstart that garden again, just because of how much of the decay has been an effect on the overall miner itself, on the actual garden. So in my opinion, the garden, I think, can be somewhat of a beneficial aspect in the drip ecosystem. But if we can't get a hold of this decay, or if you're not adding into the garden maybe once a week, there's no way to stay up with that decay. So in my opinion, I would say, if the garden isn't something you're gonna, dollar cost average in every once in a while, maybe don't get into it, because remember, this is a miner. This is not like the farms, the dog pound, or anything of that nature. This is a miner. So you're going against other people based off of their actions and based off of the mechanics of the garden. So that's how I look at the garden, man. This is excellent, brother. Good question, LJ. Curious too. I like your format, Mike. Once people know when to see the stream, we will have much more views each week. I agree. I agree. 'Cause I don't go live that much, as you guys know. I typically go live when there's like an interview or there's like a chat type deal. So definitely gonna start going live more, which will definitely build up that audience for sure. I like it, bro. Keep it going. How do you feel about holding BUSD right now, considering the Binance FUD? I will say this: I still hold stablecoin in BUSD, but I also have it split as well. So I also hold some in USDC. So great question, man. I would say, if you feel the Binance FUD is going to be extreme, don't hold any BUSD, or only hold a percentage like I'm doing. I don't hold all of my stablecoin in BUSD, but I do hold some in BUSD. So that's how I would look at it, just to be safe. Or if you think this can go up in flames, switch to another stablecoin completely. So that way you're just safe for your own peace of mind. Solid drip garden, brother. Appreciate it, LJ. Fresh Capital will help you out. Yes, I saw that as well, man. That Fresh Capital, and Scott did a pretty good breakdown as well. How he talked about, he noticed as well that adding additional capital, even if you're compounding every day, that decay is going to get you if those three aspects are falling: plant decay, drip price, and LPs being taken out. There's no way compounding can keep up with those three metrics falling. So you do have to add additional more capital, kind of keep your garden afloat. So that is true, and I have noticed that as well. Oh man, so we're about 53 minutes in. We got a few more minutes of the DeFi Passive Income Hour. I love all the questions you guys been giving me. Hopefully, I've been able to answer them right off the top of the head on the fly for you guys. Because it's definitely not like a pre-recorded video where you got time to organize your thoughts, analyze everything, and then put it out there. This is just straight off the top, man. So hopefully, you guys have gotten a lot of good info from this, and it seems like the community has as well. So I definitely appreciate it. Oh man. All right. So, what we got? Hey man, appreciate the content. Can you please explain the loyalty score? All right. So, one second. And the loyalty score goes off of the dog pound. So I'm gonna go over to this and see if we can make a little bit more sense to get sense of this together. Where we at? Where we at? Looking for the. I'm on Drip Community Wiki. I'm looking for the dog pound thing, man. They don't have it on here no more. So I can kind of break down the loyalty score for you. There we go. All right, cool. It's the vesting. So boom. So basically, here's the loyalty score, right? Dogs must go through the dog pound, and pools to enjoy the tax reduction will be 0.75 or 1%. Now, if you're getting 7.5%, 0.75%, that means you are in the linear pool, which is, let's go over here real quick. So you have the linear pool, which you have to compound it yourself. Then you have the auto compounding pool, right? Which is what I'm currently in. You can see my tax reduction just went up to 46. It was 45 when we started this live stream. So what you do is, depending on what you want to do, you go to the stake, you click on your linear, which will put you here. And this is how you just earn BNB based off of your dogs you have staked. You can see my loyalty score here, 200 and a 2% tax reduction. I don't think this is 100% correct though as of yet. And then if you go over to the auto compounding, it will put you here. All right. And so basically every single day, your tax reduction will go down by either 1% or 0.75% based off of if you're in the auto compounding or the linear pool. So if we go back over to the dog pound here, and I just talked about this, auto compounding 1%, linear 7%. So how this is going to work is the wallet loyalty score refers to the wallet transaction behavior over time and lower sale tax of dogs by 2% per month. Okay. The wallet loyalty score rewards are permanent and can reduce total tax on dogs up to 30%. So if you look right here, reach 6%, which is the minimum tax rate. So basically, the highest tax on dogs, it starts at 90%. The lowest you can get that down is 6%. So let's say you were going to sell $1,000 worth of dogs. 6% of that will be taken away, which is about what, $60, give or take, that you will lose from the tax. So as you can see, the token loyalty score after 80 days is 80%. The wallet loyalty score after 60 days is 4%. Why? Because this is only 2 months, and it reduces by 2% per month. So actually, this is correct because it hasn't hit 2 months just yet. So this is why my loyalty score is around 200 and tax reduction is around 2%. Because if you look right here, you can see I started staking in the auto compounding pool the 1st of November of this year, right? And I haven't touched it since, just letting it sit there. So the beginning of January, it will be 2 months, and you will see this tax reduction will now be at a 4%. And this will probably be around close to 60%, give or take, right? So essentially, if I wanted to sell these dogs, I would have 46% tax reduction from the 90%. So that's about 44%, give or take, that I would have if I wanted to sell right now. I will still have a 44% tax on dogs if I wanted to sell these, essentially how that would work. But basically, that's how your loyalty score will work right here for you. Token loyalty score, and then you have your wallet loyalty score. So hopefully that helps you out on how that went into. Let's see. Just to let you know, your videos did help me decide to get into Drip. The crypto guy got me in, but I had to do my own research by watching you, Scott, and Stunner. That's what's up, Crypto Bam Bam. That's what's up, man. That's what's up, 𝗟𝗏𝗔𝗕. What's DCA? I've been seeing it around. DCA just means dollar cost averaging. So dollar cost averaging mean so for example, let's say you got $1,000 to invest for the month. you wouldn't invest all of that at one time. You would break that up and maybe invest, 100 here, 100 there, or maybe 200 each week or 250 each week to dollar cost average throughout the time frame of whatever you're looking to invest in. So basically, it just means, buying over time, constantly buying over time, dollar cost averaging. That's what that means. I know the dog pound has 2 different ways to earn BNB. Which one do you use? I think I just already answered that, but I'm in the auto compounding staking pool, which allows me to get BNB and dogs. So appreciate your thoughts on everything. Absolutely. Minus Smart Chain goes down, bit more equals more cheap gas prices to keep compounding down the road. Got to put things into perspective and a positive approach in this bear market. I agree. I completely agree. I'm in auto since day one. Same here. Same here. But still at 0%. That's interesting. You sure? Maybe try doing a hard refresh and see if that fixes anything for you. But that's interesting. It definitely should show up in the dog pound to show where your current rates and everything is. Crypto King, drip is king. And so we have now come up on that hour. We are about 1 hour and 1 in. I appreciate all of the questions. I believe I got to everyone's question. Hit that like button on your way out. And I appreciate everyone tuning in. I definitely enjoy myself. This is something I'm looking to do every single week. Not sure if it's going to be on Saturdays, but maybe Saturday may be the best day for the people that's watching right now. Drop down in the comment section. Do you think the DeFi Passive Income Hour should be held on Saturdays? Let me know down in the comment section before we get out of here. Or just put like Saturday or something like that. Or open. You guys don't really care. Thank you for your time and answers. Great job. Looking forward to many more. Absolutely. Crypto Bam Bam. Hashtag DeFi Passive Income Hour. Let's go. Let's go. But yeah, if you guys would prefer to have this on Saturday, kind of let me know. We'll see. But Saturday should be a pretty good day. I would say this: if I'm not able to do it on Saturdays, we still should be able to have it each week, right? So that's at least the goal, at least to do this once a week, have the DeFi Passive Income Hour, so that way we can, do what we do. LJ, peace, brother. Saturday is good. Dripping to the end, open. Yep, Saturdays. LJ, yes. Okay. Cool. So yeah, man, we're gonna keep tuning it in. I appreciate everyone. Hopefully everybody has a wonderful and great Saturday. Of course, I will see you guys on Monday's video. If you guys got any questions, definitely go ahead and follow me on Twitter. And I touch on a lot of different things on Twitter. So if you're not following me on Twitter, you're missing out. Saturday, yes. Saturday or Sunday afternoon is probably a good one. Okay. Yes, even though I missed it. It's all good. Driplomat win-win. The playback will be available, so you'll be able to catch the beginning as well. So no problem. Thank you again, Mike. No problem. Thank you all. 𝗟𝗥𝗔𝗕. Thanks, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Definitely once a week. Absolutely. Definitely Mike the Bomb. I'm a follower. Appreciate it. Once a week makes sense. Yes. So yeah, everybody is rocking, man. So again, I appreciate all support, everyone. Again, future millionaires, we will become millionaires eventually if you're not already. And I will see you guys Monday, and I will see you next week on the next DeFi Passive Income Hour. See you then.